Deadrop. Here we go. Okay, this is some interesting stuff to talk about here again. Apparently, Dr. Disrespect has found himself in the news once again, and not in a positive way, which consider me not surprised. It's something that is not necessarily unheard of for this person and persona. Yeah. What I'll say is the same thing that I whenever we first found this article, I brought up the fact of one of the reasons I've not been a fan or been really very caring about Deadrop as a game. The studio, Midnight Studio behind it, and for sure Dr. Disrespect being the face of it or anything, is because first and foremost what they did with this was when they announced that they were creating a game and Doc was part of this, and they were making this vertical extraction shooter or whatever, one of the first things they did was, I think it was like 10,000 NFTs. They're like, we got 10,000 NFTs, and if you buy one of these NFTs, that will give you beta access through the testing period throughout the development of the game. And personally, I find that to be terribly disgusting. For first and foremost, making people pay for beta access will always feel disgusting to me. It'll feel pretty bad, because in my opinion, most of the better developers in the industry want to run a beta as a means to not only showcase their content, but also to stress test things like servers. They want to find bugs that they might not have found themselves through the development process. They want feedback from potential consumers and fans of the product about where issues lie that need to be addressed, where maybe things can be adjusted gameplay wise to better fit what prospective consumers are going to want out of that product, right? This is all a matter of trying to really communicate well with your player base, your fan base, potential consumer base, and cater the experience to an extent to better fit their preferences. It's not always an easy process, but it's definitely always feels really bad when I see a company trying to take advantage of people because of some kind of notoriety. And they're like, oh well, the Doc's part of this, and they knew that there were going to be a lot of people that are a fan of his, and so they knew they would be able to get a lot of people to buy in, right, to this NFT beta access kind of crap. And I'm sorry, but that feels terribly disgusting. It feels scummy, it feels gross, and I'm just not a fan of it, man. I think it's terrible. But apparently now we're at a point where Deadrop, the game, right, being created by Midnight Studio, has now decided to drop founder Dr. Disrespect after some alleged misconduct. So let's find out what's going on here. Midnight Society, the studio building the first-person shooter game Deadrop, announced Monday that it is dropping co-founder and popular streamer Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam, following tweeted allegations over why he had been banned from streaming platform Twitch. Okay, so for those that are not in the know, he got banned off of Twitch a long time ago. Twitch has always been fairly quiet on the front of not pushing details out about why people get banned, especially high-profile streamers. But usually a ban hasn't been permanent for people. Usually, it's especially if it's somebody big for the platform, for Twitch. They don't necessarily want to get rid of it. This has been an issue for Twitch for a long time. They kind of have double standards, right? If you're not somebody that's pulling in a mass amount of viewers, if you're not somebody that's pulling in a mass amount of potential revenue for the platform, then they're not quite as lenient with you on certain things where you might have broken terms of service, as opposed to some of the more high profile, more lucrative streamers on the platform where they give a little bit more leeway, and it's unfortunate. We've seen this happen for a long time, but this was always a weird one because the doc was obviously very high profile, had a lot of viewers, was a very profitable figure for the platform, and got a permanent ban from the platform. And it went through a litigation process where, if I remember correctly, it was him trying to basically say that it was it shouldn't have been done. It definitely shouldn't have been a permanent ban or anything, and Twitch stuck to their guns on it and basically didn't let him come back. And when nobody ever found out, I think the big thing to get to here is nobody ever found out really what the main cause was of him being banned off the platform. There was speculation, but there was nothing ever official. Not from him, not from Twitch, or anything like that, right? But the studio tweeted its decision Monday, writing that it began investigating the alleged allegations after it surfaced on social media on Friday. I think it did. I think it did go to court in the end, yeah. And I think, I don't remember that's why I was saying litigation, I think, did occur, which is what I was referring to in the fact that it went to court. Yeah, there was some kind of proceedings law-wise in what was going on there, because he was trying to say that it was not a breach of contract or a breach of terms. They were saying yes, it was, but nobody was finding out what exactly happened, right? And they were able to stick to it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought there was some kind of settlement or something, right? Yeah. But the main point of it was, whatever was the result of that entire situation, we never found out exactly what the cause was, what the root was of this issue. And I don't remember what the exact, we would have to dig into it. It's been quite a while. What the determination was there, if it was a settlement out of court, or if it was a settlement that came from the proceedings of the litigation about, maybe, I don't know if he was on a contract at the time with Twitch. He probably was, and I think that's what it was, right? I think he was on a contract with Twitch. At that point, there were a lot of high profile streamers that were on contract with Twitch, and they probably had to pay him part of it. They were probably trying to say they didn't need to pay him anything. They probably ended up having to pay him part of it, something like that. I'm guessing that's what it probably was, but we could look into it if we needed to. Apparently, the studio, being Midnight Society, tweeted its decision yesterday, writing that it began investigating the allegations after it surfaced via social media this past Friday. Quote, "We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act." The studio's official account tweeted, "For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately." So we need to find out if this doesn't say what exactly was detailed in this stuff that came out on Friday. "While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed along with our community of players," it added. Yeah, that's what I was talking about a little bit ago, Ferret. Yeah, they're traditionally not very good at it, yeah. Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, okay. Beam is known for donning a wig and sunglasses and streaming in character as a macho action star of sorts. Banned from the Amazon-owned video game streaming platform in Twitch in 2020. Twitch wouldn't specify. Yeah, see, Twitch wouldn't specify when Beam had been booted from the platform, but said in a statement that it was due to violations of its community guidelines. Right. So, he breached terms, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Pinky. Yeah, no, if they don't say here, we'll take a look at it for sure. I want to know. He sued the platform in 2021, so we're getting into what we were talking about here that we didn't have all, I couldn't remember all the details, but he sued the platform in 2021 for breaking his exclusive, it was a contract. Yeah, his exclusive contract with the streaming service, and in 2022, oh no, he sued the platform for breaking his exclusive contract with the streamer, and in 2022 they settled the matter with neither side admitting wrongdoing. Yeah, okay, so that's what happened. That's what I've kind of thought it was. But last week, former Twitch employee Cody Connors alleged that a user had been banned for sexual misconduct without specifically naming the person in question. The allegations were broadly assumed to be about the doc, and swept across the gaming space over the weekend, with some industry members saying they'd heard similar accusations in the past but could not corroborate them. Beam then tweeted a statement on Saturday. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the flippin' internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. His Midnight Society co-founders appear to disagree that there was no wrongdoing, however, and have punted him from the studio. During a stream today, Beam appeared to react to some kind of news, then said he was feeling burnout on streaming and suggested he might step away for an extended period of time. Decrypt's GG reached out to a representative for both Midnight Society and Doc, but did not immediately hear back from either side. Here you go. This is what I was talking about before as well. Deadrop is an extraction-style PC shooter that was originally launched via the sale of NFTs on Ethereum's scaling network Polygon, which served as both profile pictures and access passes to the in-development game. Midnight Society has yet to implement any other blockchain elements within the Deadrop over the course of multiple large feature updates. So disgusting. Oh. Wait. Yeah. If there was definitive information of him doing some stuff like that with minors, it would have definitely, there would have, I think, been charges there, and it would have become public. Because that kind of stuff in the US, if you get charged and found guilty, right, that becomes public information. So the fact that, I don't know, it's still weird. It's still weird. So do you have any other information on it, Pinky? Do I need to look up anything, or is that basically, yeah? So, obviously, the court case wasn't anything in regards to him breaking any laws. The court case was about the doc suing Twitch. Just only that. Okay, yeah. So apparently there wasn't enough evidence to pursue any kind of legal action against him for doing anything wrong. But I mean, here's the thing. A tweet exchange was all you knew about. Yeah, I think that it's. I think it's one of those situations where it's probably a little bit of some loophole stuff here, or a lack of evidence that has. This is the way it comes off, anyways. I'm speculating, but it seems like there's a lack of evidence or something to that effect that has allowed the doc to get through this fairly unscathed, at least in like as far as legality is concerned, right? Obviously, there's been a lot of tarnish to reputation here. There's been getting banned off of Twitch. Obviously, Twitch. Look, I don't think you can take a look at what's going on here and go, yeah, he didn't do anything wrong at all, right? Because Twitch, again, like I said before, they're not real quick to get rid of high-profile people like this. You might get a ban for a little bit for doing something blatantly breaking terms of service if you're as high-profile as the doc is, right? But they straight up went, you're not going to be a part of this anymore, you know? we can't have you as a part of our platform. You're done. And that's not par for course for a lot of these. You know, you have to do something pretty wild, I think. You know, I think I think we all knew, obviously, that there was something wild that went down, and we just didn't know what. And now I think that you're at a point now where also, I mean, is it a coincidence that now his own development company has taken a look and been investigating and has deemed it to be significant enough? There's at least enough information. While he might not be charged legally with anything, there's enough information about what the doc is about and his actions that have resulted in them also breaking ties. And we're not talking about them, you know, riding the coattails of Twitch or anything like that. I mean, this is a significant amount of time afterwards where they're saying that they've done research, they've looked into this, and they're going, yeah, we can't be associated with you, you know? I think that you have to take a look at it like that, and personally, I think that you just, in my opinion, have to assume there's reason for these companies not wanting to be associated with this individual anymore. Good reason. I don't know that we'll ever find out exactly what it was, but I don't think it can be, you know, it's just a coincidence that this is what's going down here, you know.